Hey, welcome to the end of the 2028 season. You can see the Orioles won 100 games, won the AL East, won the most games in baseball. And man, the AL East really made me sweat it. Man, the Yankees and Red Sox thankfully both went cold at different times in the month. But man, the three best teams in the AL East, or three best teams in the majors were in the AL East. The 93 wins by the Yankees, third best in the AL East, third best in the MLB. So the Red Sox and Yankees will play in the wild card game, and then I'll play the winner of that. So the wild card game will be the second and third best team in the majors, and then the first round ALDS will feature the best team in the majors versus either the second or the third best team in the majors. So that's a bummer. But so 100 wins, 62 losses, which is exactly what our run differential of plus 203 says we should have. Plus 203 was it the best? Yeah, by a long shot. Plus 108 was the next best. The Padres and Dodgers finally both missed the playoffs. And so plus 203, I mean, normally it's good, but it's not normally that far and away the best run differential. That's interesting. It was only 500 in one-run games, 7 and 9 in extra innings. And so let's go to the info page. And so you could see, pretty good, solid all around. The lowest winning percentage was 560 in June and then 571 in September. But really good. I mean, 0-1 in October, I guess, was the lowest. But overall, really solid season. I mean, an amazing start, and then just played solid from there, 580, 590 ball the rest of the way. Offense, man, first in basically every major stat: runs scored, OPS. I mean, fourth in home runs and walks. Base running wasn't great, but we're not here to run bases. We're here to mash doubles and home runs. Runs allowed, we were second at 666. Okay. And starters ERA was only seventh in the AL, so about middle of the road, but bullpen ERA was 3.39, which is a huge improvement over last year. Fielding was awesome, second and third in the two fielding metrics, which also, so our BABIP was second best. Still, we have a lot of home runs, but, like I say every time, it's kind of unavoidable in Camden Yards. So let's check out the hitters. And first, I'll bring your attention to a trade I made. You can see my third baseman is Manny Machado. 36-year-old Manny Machado was acquired, you can see here, on July 27th, 2028. He's in the last year of that 10-year deal. He signed with the Padres for $30 million. And they had a young prospect they were wanting to bring up and play. And then they actually made a trade for another third baseman at the deadline too. So I don't know, I guess they were just done with Mr. Miami here. I gave up not much, just a minor league pitching prospect. I think they just wanted to be rid of his salary, basically. It seemed like so. And just so you can see, he played 54 games for me. It was really good. A 110 OPS plus, 1.2 WAR. You can see his Padres career just real quick. 2020, he was a beast, 6.5. And then he was like a 2 to 3.5 win player. So he was really good for him, but he was by no means like a superstar for them after the 2020 season. But he was good. I mean, age 32 and 33, put up 3.6 and 3.4 WAR. So anyways, that's Manny. That would be a dream come true for me in real life if the O's were contenders in 28 and brought Manny back on the last year of his deal as a veteran down the stretch, and he performed this well. So he was really good for me. But anyway, so let's get to the stats. Let's sort by WAR. Cole Tucker, a beast of a season. He'll be an AL MVP candidate. 6.7 WAR and a 138 runs created plus. Bob Maldonado, going to be AL Rookie of the Year, I'd imagine. 5.7 WAR, 156 OPS plus. He didn't have that 700 slugging or whatever they projected, but he's still at 563, and he won the AL batting crown with a 344 average. He was up in the mid 350s much of the season, and was poised to have a top 10 batting average for single season Orioles history, but fell off a little towards the end, down to 344 and out of the top 10. He hit 28 homers, 45 doubles, though, and drove in at 105. Campusano had a great year, 4.4 WAR. Weinberger, the young outfielder I got from the Mets, was awesome, 130 runs created plus, 4.1 WAR, 35 homers. That led the team. Carlson salvaged his season. He won AL Player of the Month or Batter of the Month in September because he was just a monster. Got his runs created plus up. He was down around 103, 105 entering the last month of the season, but got up to 120, 3.8 WAR. So a fine season by him. Gunnar Henderson, his best season, I think, to date. Runs created plus 102, so still just, about a league average bat, but 3.7 WAR. Take that all day. Machado, those are his full season stats. And then Jordan Williams ended up playing more center field for me down the stretch than Reese Albert. His runs created plus was pretty low, but at 83, well below league average, but his glove was awesome. He's like a gold glove caliber center fielder. Well, his zone rating actually ended up only 2.6. Wow, that dropped off a lot since the last time I looked at it, but still well above average in center field, so we'll take it. And so you have to excuse my sniffing. Got a little bit of a runny nose here. Mountcastle, average league bat. He's really trailed off. He's 31 now. He's got 2 years left on his deal, but the second year is an option year, so I'd imagine next season might be his last season in Baltimore. Reese Albert was solid, league average. Joe Mack, rookie catcher, 93 runs created plus. We'll take it. 0.6 WAR in 35 starts. Take that all day. And then Soto, Conley. Soto was one of the young guys, well, not young, but one of the guys who had the shot at the third base job. Vukovic and Wallen, who both finished the season down in AAA, were the other two. And then Conley was just kind of up as an extra September body. And then Bowser was just pissed off all season because he wanted to play every day. Minus 0.8 WAR and a 34 runs created plus, just a disaster of a season from him. But, he was a utility guy. He's solid with the glove at least. So yeah, that's the hitting. Tons of really good seasons here, and even with with Carlson having a below Carlson average season, still an awesome offensive year from the team. Pitching, remember, had a bunch of injuries. Patino missed a month. Delgado missed 6 weeks. Lacey missed 3 weeks, I think. But so that'll brings their WAR down a little bit. These pitching counts are just after I clinched the AL East. I just didn't want my guys throwing a bunch of innings in the last week or so this season. So Patino only threw 168 innings, put up 4.1 WAR. Lacey put up 3.4. Both of them had ERAs and FIPS well below 4. Dylan Lawson, who was my 14th round pick in 2021. I remember he was a guy who kept having arm injuries, and I kept wanting to give my 5th starter job to, and he kept getting hurt and struggled. But man, he really put it together this season. 2.9 WAR, he threw 213 innings. Had an ERA of 3.5, so that's awesome. Cedarland, good veteran starter in the 4th spot. Corrigan and Stone both filled in the rotation and were in long relief and kind of stopper roles in the bullpen, and both had solid seasons with WARs over 1. Delgado really struggled. 25 starts, only 133 innings because of injury, but just 1.1 WAR with a 5.35 ERA and a 4.77 FIP, largely because of these 2.2 home runs per 9. I mean, he struck out 12 guys per 9, but certainly wanted more from him since he, really, my scout thinks he could be one of the best pitchers in the league. Feltman was great in the closer role. He's climbing Orioles leaderboards for career saves and career appearances. Perkins, my first round pick from several years ago, very solid relief season. Meek, Little, Andrews were all fine. Jones, he had a 3.77 ERA, but his FIP was 5.07. So WAR was not too kind to him this year. Ronan Kopp was a 4th round pick in 2022 who came up and was actually quite good for me until September, and then he just got crushed in September. So he only pitched 33 innings, and his ending numbers were ugly, but the first, probably 3/4 of his appearances were really solid. But really the story is I have so much homegrown pitching here on my team. Lacey, Delgado wasn't a draft pick, but I signed him out of independent ball. Lawson was a draft pick. Perkins a draft pick. Corrigan a draft pick. Kopp a draft pick. Stone came up through my system. I traded for him. So, I mean, that is, half my staff probably. So I like that, like I've said before, I kind of like the team building. I like drafting guys and developing them. The pitching side of things I've done really well. Hitting side of things, not as many guys right now on my team were homegrown talents and drafted, but I have a good number of guys coming, especially in the outfield. I feel like I have 3 outfields worth of prospects coming in the next 2 years. So just to show you where the team finished here. Like I said, Maldonado won the AL batting crown. Weinberger and Carlson were both top 8. Actually, let's just look at this as American League. So Maldonado and Tucker were both top 8 in average. Weinberger 4th in home runs. Weinberger, Carlson, and Maldonado all top 8 in RBI. On base percentage, top 2 in the AL with Tucker and Maldonado. What beasts? Slugging, Maldonado and Weinberger up there. Maldonado, Weinberger, and OPS. Tucker and Maldonado in WAR. So Bob Maldonado led the league with 216 hits. Look at the runs scored. I got 3 guys there. Maldonado led the league in doubles. And Tucker led the league in walks. So, I would expect Tucker to get some MVP votes. I would expect Maldonado to win Rookie of the Year, unless there's some rookie who just, I don't know where he'd come from. But OPS plus, Maldonado was 3rd in the league. He was awesome. Pitching side of things, American League, Lacey 7th in ERA, got 2 guys in the top 8 in wins. Feltman led the league in saves. Patino was 7th in WAR. So yeah, I mean, a really good season from a lot of guys. FIP, Patino was 4th. ERA plus, you got Lacey at 5th. I think strikeout to walk ratio. Yeah, Lacey and Lawson were both up there in strikeout to walk ratio. Lacey was 6th in the league in strikeouts per 9. Delgado didn't have enough innings to qualify, unfortunately. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I haven't shown? I guess I could show you what the playoff brackets look like here. So the Tigers and Mariners face off in that best of 5, and then I'll play the winner of the Yankees and Red Sox, and then Cubs, defending World Series champions, will play the winner of the Diamondbacks and the Brewers, and then the Phillies and the Giants here. So some new faces starting to creep in. I guess it's the Indians. I feel like we're in the playoffs forever. The Astros and maybe the A's and Angels. None of them are in. Like I said, Dodgers, Padres. None of them are in. So. Interesting to take the Diamondbacks and the Giants and teams like that in here, and the Brewers, who have been miserable for most of the sim. I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to show, but I don't remember what it is now. I'm not going to do anything with the prospects now. I'll show you that kind of in the offseason or maybe the season preview. But so my plan with the playoffs is I'm just going to kind of play them offline, and unless I get to the World Series, I'll do some live broadcasts for the World Series. But this team. That's all we're all waiting for is a World Series win. So if my next post after this one is a video, then it's just a playoff recap, and it means we didn't get the job done. But hopefully it'll be a live video with some World Series games from Camden Yards with Manny Machado leading the way. All right, next time. See ya.